SongCast Radio.
You're streaming the Hip Hop Spotlight, true music discovery on SongCast as we take you on a musical vacation to Brooklyn, New York for our featured artist, Master King. Say hello on Facebook, Music Love 797, Organic Gold Entertainment. We're going to talk to Master King a little bit down the road, find out some of the meanings behind some of his great tracks, his vision, what kind of message he's trying to send, and just what kind of a person is behind the lyrics. First of all, though, let's kick off with this track, The Annihilation. It's Master King, indie music on SongCast.
Here's another hot track. I must come right in the Zach. Here's another hot track. I must come right in the Zach. Here's another hot track. I must come right in the Zach. Here's another hot track. I must come right in the Zach. Is you stupid? I never go inside your evil pool pits. That's not what I'm choosing. All I do is aim and shoot it or loot it, cause you so ruthless. I do it with the smooth and nice and calm, like I'm the coolest. Don't be foolish, I be with my rulers, putting knowledge in computers like we are tutors. While you get stuck on hooters, you don't notice all the shooters blasting right through you. When they want to do you, they put you to bed with their heads without losing lead. While you talking that shit and a lie about your clips, you already getting ripped. So sit and close your lips before I dip. I'll improve what's ridiculous, like waiting for St. Nicholas to make it flow like liquid. That's for dimwit. Fuck those myths. If that's your shit, you need to change and shift and get on another ship. Now you on a good trip. People jumping on your tip to skip the ones who want to see a trip and prevent my spit. They don't want to see a growth on the coast because they be told for being a wicked host and what they post, but it's their lying notes that make them pay the most. They'll soon be ghosts when my eyes roast. It'll be all she wrote. Check the growth. Devil ain't inside boats. We're being a goat. They would choke with force to enforce what I bought. Now they not lost, and I ended this sport with fatal justice inside my court. That's what happens when you get caught. You was the main focus, cause how you fought. You use pork on a righteous fork. Now your past is the past. We'll see your ass. You'll still get smashed even on grass. Here's another hot one for your ears, making deaf and blind hair.
You're streaming true music discovery on SongCast. Our featured artist on this Hip Hop Spotlight, Master King out of Brooklyn, New York. That tune is called The Annihilation. We had a great time speaking with Master King, talking about his music and his vision. And here he started off the interview just telling everyone a little bit about himself. It's Master King, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight.
My name is Master King out of Brooklyn. I decided, to write music because there's this, a lot of music out there with no substance. And I just feel that I personally have the ability to, uplift people and energize people. So, I try to make rhymes about, things that I go through or I've been through. I also tell stories of, other people, life and, what they been through and everything, they trials and tribulation, how they overcome things. So, I basically, just try to, do something for the fans that's different, based on, what my ability could do. So, I'm just, excited. I have not been long in, in this business. I just started to write around 2013. Before that, just playing around, that's, like in the shower and, in the house, rapping a little bit. And, I noticed that, I had a little bit of skills to do something out, to, put something out there, trying to help people the best that I can.
The tune we started off with, The Annihilation. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that track? How old is that one?
Oh, that track is about, probably like 6 months, something like that. And, basically, when I wrote that track, I just was in, a mood that was kind of down. There was certain things I was going through. So, my mind, my instinct, I have instincts to overcome my tribulation. So, that's where I feel that I got instincts to destroy and annihilate the negative things in my life. So, certain things came to my mind. I was in a certain mood. So the things that came out, the things that I created was based on, a mood that I had that was trying to overcome certain trials and tribulations.
You grew up in the Flatbush area of Brooklyn, kind of a pretty tough area. A lot of that. Go ahead.
So the way it goes, I was born in Flatbush, not long. Born for, first 3 years of my life. Then I moved to like the Fort Greene, Clinton Hills section, which is not that much better, So then after that, my family, did better, and they moved to a better neighborhood called Park Slope.
So a lot of the gritty and grimy stuff from your early childhood, did that resurface kind of once you started writing lyrics for your music?
What happens, I think, with writers, it's like when you write in and you create, and the mood that your past puts you in, your past, present, everything that you've been through, it comes out, and when you try to create a picture for someone, it's based on your understanding, and your understanding comes from your experience. So, that's part of my experience, and I know that's the crowd that's out there in the world, listening to hip hop. We have a large portion of fans that, been through that hard life. So I try to show them not just negative side of a hard life. I try to show them that there's a bright side that could come out of that if you stay patient and you keep your morals. So I try to keep it balanced.
Let's talk about a track called Battle Axe. And one of the things I love about this track, and some of your other tracks too, is that the music really has a great groove to it. It's not all fast drums and fast rhymes. Yeah. It breathes and it grooves, and you can flow along with it. And I really like that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's what I had in mind, because, I feel like, as I get older, when I listen to rappers, all that fast talking kind of gives me a headache. And I remember when I was young playing hip hop real loud through, your loud car system or whatever. Certain people that was at a certain age couldn't handle it. So mainly the older police, they used to complain and used to actually tell me, this is nonsense. Just crap. Turn this down. You're giving us a headache. So I know that, and you can actually see that. Oh man, you're a hypocrite. You look like you grooving to it, but now you tell me that you can't handle it. So that taught me that I, going through now. Like I like the song, but I wish you, slow down a little bit so I could, vibe with it and it won't be too harsh. So that's what I had in mind. I just feel like I wanted to, relax, so older people as well could, groove to it.
Let's groove to it. This is Master King, Battle Axe, true music discovery on the Hip Hop Spotlight.
Yo, man, they always trying to stop our progress. Yeah, man. So what you gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Yeah, man, what? Yo, check this out. I'm gonna decapitate the snakes with no faith. Throw them in a lake, don't give them a break, cause they poison the stakes. They in all different sizes and shapes. When they come through, they pierce so many lies. So put in your mind right in front of your eyes to dim your shine with no respect for what's divine. So prepare your lines like mine with the truth. Give them the boot so we can reclaim our loot. Our minds shoot like a powerful nuke to make you spook. I dump you all in my hoop. My rain loop forever and ever, because I control the weather. No one is better. I'm on all endeavors for those who clever and want to see life get better and make cheddar stock up like vodka in the hood. That's right, that shorty would be good. Now we good and don't want to catch a jokes. We hit the books to learn what make them shook. We don't look like crooks because what we just took made you can't look in a fight. We took your sight, now you in eternal darkness. I leave you sparkless, I'm starting it. You so damn heartless. So don't ever undermine what's mine, and don't forget what shine is very divine and sacred to mankind. Get real refined to avoid the unsublime. It's uncomfortable like slime and cover your whole shine. So just never mind, take from natural shine. That's how you leave your soul blind and remove the power out your spine. That's why you diminish and you got finished. None can save you now, not even spinach for what we just witnessed. So mind your business and stop the dissing. Get on the right track and change your mission. Now you on a righteous road to earn your goal. Just never fold to foes that wanna see you explode and move slow. They hate your new flow. They like you better when you was pole. So please just move away and just go. I said whoa. When they get too close, you can see they not woke by the way they spoke. Their life was choked. Please get it right, cause it's fire tonight. And move in the right light to avoid a fight and do it with all your might.
We just heard Battle Axe, Master King, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight out of Brooklyn, New York. We'll continue on now with our interview with this amazing up-and-coming indie artist. Here is Master King, featured artist on SongCast. What about the track The Blow Up? Tell me a little bit about that one.
The blow up. You know, I'm just trying to speak up and blowing up, you know what I mean? So, you know, that, you know, I have a lot of dreams and visions and goals. So, I basically, you know, just trying to envision how life would be, taking the steps, climbing up the ladder of success. And once you get there, you know, I'm trying to, you know, have that energy around me so that could be likely, because you got to, you know, think positive and speak the right things so the wrong things won't be spoken up. So basically that's what's in my mind when I wrote that, you know what I mean, a vision of one day succeeding.
Here it is, The Blow Up, Master King, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight. True music discovery on SongCast.
I got something for you. I say hot like a boiler, to leave you impressed like I'm an embroiderer.
I just like the sound of it.
Yeah, I'm about to come through with the finest. Since I'm your highness, my rhymes are the shiniest to make all of you the mightiest. Your organic gold got so swole for being on a roll. Oh, I like the growth, it got me a new fur coat. When fears got filled like spears by pleasing mad customers in the reds. And we don't care, even they come in pairs. They share the car chairs and go half on the fears. While this year will go sky high as I ride. That's no lie, you can see it when my car shine. I avoid all fines when I pass all signs. The way I strategize, make the time fly. Now shorty saying hi, not just bye. If I stay on my grind, I'll be fine. Getting rich by the 5th, then I get kissed. All of a sudden, I'm the shit. It be the hits that be so lit and getting bricks with no time for tricks. That's where I get no kicks. That's why I get picked to fits establishment. If you don't have a hit, listen to what I sent. Now your thirst quench with the truth. I just rip, I make it sound so hip. They get scarred from my lips, but I'm so equipped with a golden gift that clear up or miss. I put them in the abyss because I'm the pick to make the wicked sick. With the truth, I make it stick. I don't care if you get pissed. You still getting dissed to make it stiff. For going to just rip, beware of their grip. It used to make it flip. One little tip, they run on you so quick. You could get it with a Vic to make it lean. Not clean for being so damn mean and trying to stop my cream. But the righteous scene, how you be in different life scenes. So we retrieve our infrared beam to make you a dream like the world needs. See, that's why you was put on your dirty knees by a real team. Now focus on your own cream. That's how you gotta be.
SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
You are streaming an interview with Master King. Now, for a lot of your tracks, do you write the lyrics in advance, or is a lot of it freestyled?
Only most of my tracks, because, you know, since I was started out, you know, by myself, like all the people who I know that was into music, they doing things, they moved on. So the people who I had around me that was able to provide beats and all that stuff, you know, they moved on. They no longer around me. So nowadays, I'm mainly writing my songs a cappella to no beat. Then I try to find a beat that goes with it later. You know what I mean? So it's like only a few songs I wrote after hearing the beat, but I think I get in a better vibe. My memory and the things that I envision in my head, like I try to write based on my memories, things I've been through or things I saw, and my memory is better when it's quiet. So most of them was written before I even got the beat for it.
Is that kind of the basis around the song No Static, where there's nobody around to throw any static on you?
Well, the basis of No Static is, I'm just trying to say that I live a static-free life. I don't, I strive to live righteously, you know what I mean, to avoid problems. So that's what I had in mind, or trying to spread that, you know what I mean, because, there's people who, go in the wrong direction. So I try to throw something out there to let them know that there's no static. Static is not necessarily being your life. And if you do have static, you know what I mean, there's ways you have to live, things you have to do to diminish it.
Here it is, No Static. Master King, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight.
Another Nick No Banger.
Get it without no static. That's amazing, like no magic. They can't stand it. They pray real hard, I just abandon it. Get it without no static. That's amazing, like no magic. They can't stand it. They pray real hard, I just abandon it. Yo, you wanna get fatter? Let me splatter. Your crew with my Jew, now you all amused. Now you look like a mute and don't know what to do. Just follow my crew. If you wanna stay nicely groomed, I make you feel so better. Now you getting cheddar when you do out your old agendas. I help you get that bread, and people got fed, but we got that lead. They roll until our fingers bled. But I'm still smooth when I blow. I come like snow, there won't be no escape. I cover glow like paint and leave your mind stained with power. Never remove the stain. Fuck being lame, and let me so ashamed. There's no one to blame but yourself, because your freedom's right there on life's shelf. I never care how people felt when they wanted me to do something else. They didn't like the money that they smelt. They got jealous as hell. You could tell, cause my name started to ring bells amongst the stars with famous bars and high places, even though I'm not in their faces. They like the way I flow. They wanna see it grow and go to show. They want how it go, just like how you bowl.
Another Nick No Banger.
I strike the mic when I'm hyped with dope lyrics that I write. Move back, fold. One forth motion, you get vanished with my potion in large doses. In Porsches, now people talking after hawking. Many ended up in large coffin. That's what happens when you start remorsing about the things you enforce. They had to stop like they can force it. You know how bosses get. Watch how you spit, so you won't get left when getting hit. Stay legit and don't talk that shit. Money drip. Get it without no static. That's amazing, like no magic. They can't stand it. They pray real hard, I just abandon it. Get it without no static. That's amazing, like no magic. They can't stand it. They pray real hard, I just abandon it. Get it without no static. That's amazing, like no magic. They can't stand it. They pray real hard, I just abandon it.
Indie music. SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
You are streaming the Hip Hop Spotlight. Our featured artist out of Brooklyn is Master King. We just heard a track called No Static. In today's world where there's so much drama fed by social media, how do you achieve a static-free existence? That sounds like it's got to be difficult, man.
I know it is, and I'm I just feel like I got to be an example and a role model, not only for people who are younger than me, because this ignorance and bad habits, people my age and older than me. So I just feel like I need to be an example. So a lot of things that I'm going to show the world that I'm too mature to get past that. You can't be too forgiving. Well, I'm be forgiving at the right amount. I'm just going to be, looking past ignorance. I want to show the world that my mind and my life is on a higher spiritual realm that's not caught up in, minor things that are said, regardless if, people want to stir up things, big business sometimes want to do that. They feel like they can sell music or whatever like that. I'm trying not to get caught up in that in a respectable way.
One of the things I like about your music, too, man, is that there is a real thinking element involved. There's elements that get you to think, that get you to maybe look at things at a different perspective, and it's not all hardcore. It's inspirational.
Yeah.
It's motivating to, make better of yourself.
Thank you. And, I contribute that. I got to give my favorite rap group, that, I got to give praise to Wu-Tang Clan because I'm a big Wu-Tang Clan fan, and that's what they did to me. So I said, that's what I want to do to others.
Tell me about the song The Silencer.
The Silencer, okay. All right, The Silencer is basically, I made that song because it's just a lot of, things in hip-hop that are in hip-hop that didn't really need to be passed down in hip-hop, and it's passed down in a commercialized way. Like, for example, you always get people saying how tough they are, how much money they got, how much drugs they got, how many times they got locked up, glorifying negativity. That's why I say y'all talk stupid talk. That is not wise. That's nothing to be happy for. So I basically was thinking in my mind that all that gotta come, to be, gotta be silent. That gotta come to a silence. Because that is not something that's positive. And, you may have seen that in the 80s and 90s. You may have seen that, but, it was more natural. It was more how the streets was. Now, you got opportunity to be a doctor and lawyer. You don't need to be so negative, so silence that. So that was on my mind, when I made that song.
Here it is, The Silencer, indie music from Master King. True music discovery on SongCast.
Yo, these rappers do stupid talk. I make them walk if you don't get outlined with chalk. Your shit don't matter, so make your shit fatter or get splattered. Now we see your brain matters. You wish you had gathered all the knowledge I plastered in my rhyme for all y'all bastards. Living so hazardous, it's not spectacular. I strode it with my vernacular. That's in my composition. I eliminate competition and make you need a new pot to piss in. You make for mercy, then make a petition. You want me to stop the dissing? Nah, your flow got to roll. I tie it up like a pole, then hide your shit where the crows grow. Because your shit is rogue, no way it's not gold. You don't even flow if you don't know. I put my heart and soul into the scrapping of whack raps on the map because they cause things to collapse. So watch your back and don't get rapped for what you lack. But I teach you how to rap. Nah, lean back, here's my golden flow that earns my gold. Back in the form of bankroll, they get me fitted in nice designer clothes. Now when my glean is seen, they know I have high esteem and could achieve anything from chasing away thieves and reforming fiends so they could live righteously like me. I make that your reality. Now you see who I be and realize no one could see me because of my great ability. It earns my reality. Now you know I'm a illa that could send many bees from the forest for your born records to shut down your weak functions without throwing punches. I make you end up with nothing, so just avoid the ruckus or get ate up like brunches because your lyric doesn't touch it. That shit is nothing. I tear them up like I do the lunches. Here's the really real for your ears, the really real you can feel if you don't care. The really real for your ears, music that make you cheer. And come here if you like what you hear and have no fear and come correct and enter the square. That's what you do to the really real. Something for your ears and come here. Something for you to feel. If you like it, enter the square. Show no fear. Yo, shit is real and really real. Something for your ears. Something you can feel. And we don't care. The really real in your ears. Come here. If you like what you hear, have no fear.
You are streaming the future of radio. SongCast Radio.
You are streaming the Hip Hop Spotlight, commercial-free indie music from around the world. Our featured artist out of Brooklyn, New York, Master King. That track called The Silencer. If you like what you hear, buy some tracks from Master King. Amazon, iTunes, put up some links on social media, Spotify, and, tell some people about this great indie artist. An entrepreneur, a great music writer, a great producer. We'll continue on here with our interview with Master King, the featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight. True music discovery on SongCast. These underlying messages in your rhymes are great because instead of enabling people to continue to thrive on negativity, you're lifting people up, and that's such a great thing, man.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. So I'm taking the risk. When I do that, the risk is, are people going to feel music that's trying to be positive? You know what I mean. So it's like, in order to do that, you gotta have skill in it. You know what I mean? I ain't working. I'm trying, save the funds and all that, to improve quality. Just like I said, I'm starting now in the beginning. But right now, as far as skill, I'm trying to mix positivity with the best skill that I had and try to practically improve, because that's how people is going to, accept what's positive. Because all the great rappers, not all of them, but most of the greatest rappers, they speaking a little bit too much, things that's not good for children. So that's what I'm trying to, compete with them, but in a positive way.
In this segment, I asked Master King about a song called Don't Do That.
All right, I wrote that probably like 5 months ago. What motivate me is like far as certain negative temptations that was around me, and certain loved ones that I don't want people to be a victim of. So I try to put in my rhymes things that help people not fall victim to certain temptations that's around them. So I'm just, mainly on, help people go the right direction, because, growing up, you don't always have the right environment and influence around you to do that. So, but, that, comes to an end. There's a limit to that, how much negative things you could do and how much negative influence that you could spread. So it's your time to reverse and erase whatever negative things you did in your life. So that was my, motivation to make that song and let a lot of things in life that I might have done, it's not wise, and I don't want you to do that. So, that was my motivation. I don't know how that, people perceive that, but I just don't want people to get involved with certain negative things that's in the world, because they may know that certain people got rewarded by touching certain things, but not everything ends up the same way with everybody.
Here is Master King, Don't Do That, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
Yo, the people gotta listen. I don't know why they keep on dismissing. They gotta know the truth. You gotta give it to them raw. Y'all fools want to disrespect power. Don't you know, within an hour I'll remove all your cowards. To be unclean is obscene and bummy. When you walk around, you look like a dummy. So let me resurrect to get you unbent and collect checks. Now you wearing big diamonds around your neck. I bet you catch a wreck. It's what next? You gonna put fire on their head and put them to bed. Like they had Sudafed. No, so watch those damn feds. They wanna see us dead with tooth to their head and get us bread. So it's all up and fled. But that's not my end. I'm going ahead to get that bread. I love it like some greens. I've heard them from fresh leaves that be clean. So I'm right on the scene with a theme. I make my money and get honeys. When I was broke, they used to shun me. Now I'm as hot as the sun be. None of y'all can overcome me. You look clumsy because you're so fucking pudgy like putty. I'll bomb you and your buddies for looking so grungy. You can't conceal it. When I look at you, I can feel it. So I shield my shit. So so I won't get hit while my magnetic lit. All my enemies fall in the pits. That's what you get when you go against the rich. You get bitch by the clips. Cause you did not dip, I didn't want to trip. So get off my tip, you're not a chick, be quick. I know you just sweating me for my bricks, but you can't get rich because you always looking for a lick. Damn you little bitch, I can't believe you the one that got picked. It make me just tick, so I use my rhyme to purify it. Now the people ain't sick because of what I just fixed. Now there's no glitch, the best is seen without a myth. You need to get a grip. I know you can't take that, it's the end of your shit. When your lines stop to kick, that's when your rap book rips. Now they listen. That's because you came raw without any flaws. Now that's how you make a rock from the top to the floor. The world is yours.
You are listening to an interview with Master King, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight, exclusively on SongCast. Well, and it's great again that you're putting people in that positive direction, man. You know, the positive music and the positive message, it's a great way for people who may be surrounded by negativity in their life to escape that for a while. I know that was the case with me, man. I could put headphones on, crank up some tunes, and everything around me in my world that sucked, it was temporarily gone. And it was a motivator to do better and to, you know, to get out there and make something. And I see that underlying in a lot of your tracks, and that's really cool stuff.
Thank you. And, you know, this guy, you know, help make the world a better place, you know. You gotta do something.
If you can do that even in a small way, you are definitely succeeding. In this segment of the interview, I asked Master King about a track called The Other Side.
I really had nothing in mind, but when I wrote the title, you know, I'm just taking you, just like you said, I make you feel a whole different feeling. You know, it's like you said it's good for your blood pressure, something like that you said. And then you ain't feeling too hyper. And, you know, I mean, I'm trying to put your mood, you know, to the other side. And I think that song is not negative, or, I mean, not negative, that's not the word. It's not aggressive and not to relax. I think it's balance, and that puts you on the other side, because most music, you know what I mean, it puts you on in another side. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say, you know, other people's music is don't put you in the right side. I just put you on a different side and have you feeling a different vibe, and, you know, got a different mood, and I striving to make sure the mood that I put you in is positive. So, you know, and I think that relaxing that's the key. You know, I relax you and with positive vibes, and that puts you in a whole different realm. Because when I turn off my music and play what's out there, it's like I feel like I'm stepping from my world into their world. It's just a whole different sound.
Well, we appreciate you taking us into your world, man, telling us about your songs and what's going on. And thank you so much for hanging out with us and being part of the SongCast family. We really we love our artists.
And thank you, man. Yo, I love SongCast. Thank you for the opportunity, and I definitely will be keeping in touch.
Once again, if you like what you hear, go online, support this hardworking indie artist, buy some tracks from Master King, Amazon, iTunes, stream some tracks on Spotify, put up links on social media, tell your friends about this great indie artist from New York, Master King. Here is our final track. This is a great one. It's called The Other Side. It's Master King, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
Yeah, this is my year. If you want to get repaired, come down here. I got something for your ears. Yo, I cop the shape when I bounce out the place. No time for fakes, I get the real, not that shit they make. Never come late and elevate to a higher state to be great. Watch snakes, they want your cake, give them no trait. Not even shake, they plot fun. Regard if you run when done. they look for another one. I say chill, stay focused, get out the slums. Don't make them get you mad and get a gun. That's how my people end up in jail in large sums. When your days are sunny, they get so funny. They can bounce like bunnies and wrap them up like mummies. I punch them out in their tummies. They try to overrun great hip-hop, that's how things got flip-flop. So I use my spit to mock because it's hot. They can't mock, all they could do is just watch their bodies in shot. They look until they bones pop. Now I'm on top, so I do a bop. You give me my props, now my money grow like props. Cause my art high on the charts. So start learning from my verbal darts. Then you see the golden arch. When your brain gets starched, you march and be a part. Cause you love my art. You like the way it make you feel so smart.
Listen, explore, discover indie music from around the world. Spotlight features all types of indie music. Hip-hop, rock, pop, electronic, country, blues, jazz, and more. Spotlight. Listen to thousands of hours of archived indie music anytime, anywhere. Experience Spotlight. The best indie music from around the world. Commercial free and free to stream. SongCast Radio. True music discovery.